And he needs a good escape here, because whichever red he tries to play on, he's got to catch it on the thin side or just nestle on this one to the left of the black, and this can go wrong.
Foul and a miss.
At least
Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
he didn't hit it hard. Otherwise he'd have slipped past that red. Well, Ronnie's looking at the red into the middle pocket, and if this goes in, well, he's on the black. He's not going to leave anything easy. So he must be almost dead straight on this. Not quite. And look where the red's gone. Has the pink come to his rescue? Had the red have stayed over the pocket, Willie, he would have left that, wouldn't he?
Absolutely. It's finished very, very near the cushion, which means that it's not an easy pot, even if you can see it. Whereas if it stays right over the pocket, even if the white's on the cushion, you could have potted it okay. That's a Hawkeye's look, and I honestly don't think he can hit it plain ball and pot it. He can see the red full ball, so he may even decide to play safe off that red, but we'll know in a second. Yeah, played safe off it rather than tried the pot. And they've both had a little bit of fortune in the last couple of shots, but Ronnie's got a shot to nothing on.
Well, Ronnie's long pot success rate has increased dramatically. Can he knock one in here? No. And the blue's going to come. Oh, I thought he was going to kiss the blue. It's turned out a pretty good shot. The fact that he just missed that blue, he was very close to it. And that's what the result is. Oh, I thought he was going to kiss the blue on the way back there.
Well, Ronnie played a two-cushion escape a little early where he caught the ball perfectly. This is a little bit more difficult because there's no real angle to get into the two reds, into the three reds off two cushions where you can guarantee hitting it thin.
Just watch how close he got to the blue here once he missed the pot.
Makes all the difference, and it's all about fraction. Ronnie just having a look, you can see this difficult situation for Sean. One cushion, it's impossible to probably miss the reds, but the reason he may miss them is because once again he's trying to hit them thin. So he needs a thin contact. That's why he's missed them the first time.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Didn't even wait for the cue ball to stop there. Ronnie said put it back, and the referee stopped the white on the way back up the table.
In fairness, I think it's probably better off trying to hit him thin on the right-hand side. Sean's trying to hit him thin on the left-hand side. Now, even if he gets that shot right, he will be leaving a long pot on. If he plays to hit them on the right-hand side, he may get away with it. So
I don't think that was your job, Mark, to be honest.
he was suggesting that the chalk mark that's on the cushion is not Sean's, so he's trying to get them in exactly the right place. Maybe we'll have a look at the still.
Thank you.
Just another half an inch off the cushion, I think, and it's perfect. That's not too bad.
If anything, it's slightly more difficult for Sean.
Will he play the left-hand side of him this time or the right? Left-hand side, and boy, what a shot. Well, both players now have played an incredible escape out of snookers.
And once again, Ronnie tapping the table with his cue there. He couldn't see a safety shot, and he's pulled out an unbelievable pot here.
Mind you, how much pressure's on this pink? Didn't make any difference at all. That was a pressure shot, that pink.
7.
It's amazing. Sean's escape turned out it left it so awkward for Ronnie to play and escape, and well, Sean, he knocked a cracking long pot into the same pocket, but that deserves to win any frame, that shot.
6, 8.
He's already 8 points in front, so this probably will be the longest frame
14.
of the match so far, but it was a fascinating frame. There's the frame time. Oh, can you believe it?
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 14.
After all the hard work and the terrific opening pot on this effort, was that a heavy contact? Let's have a look. Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah, I've seen it.
that red straightened up. The red jumped and it threw it offline.
I was just about to say that's the easiest pressure ball I've seen Ronnie miss for some time, but as Dennis just spotted, I didn't see it at the time, it definitely was a slightly bouncy. What happens when it just kicked like that? The ball just throws to the corner, and one has to feel a little sorry for Ronnie there, because he did all the hard work and he got them in a perfect position to win the frame. Still strong favourite to win it where the blue is, but still slightly in the balance.
Yeah, the black is distracting Sean. He's having to lean over the black. And it's amazing that makes quite a difference to your cueing. You're not as comfortable. He's well off the black with his waistcoat. And that's why he refused the pot. Without the black being there, he would have took that on. Quite a clever little shot there. He's trying to force Ronnie into bringing the blue into play. Sean needs that blue in play. Ronnie will be reluctant to move it, but that's why it was quite a clever shot from Sean there. Well, as it's turned out, the blue has still gone safe.
Oh, this is a similar situation to Ronnie, where Ronnie pulled out a fabulous pot. I can't see an easy safety shot for Sean here. The black's, if he plays the red up and down, which he'd like to do, the black's very close to being in the way, so he may take this on. Trying to stun him behind yellow and green at the same time. Took it on, needs a bit of help, and he hasn't got it. 15 in front. Won't need the blue if he pots a relatively high valued colour.
1.
So that heavy contact Ronnie had when he was previously at the table hasn't cost him, and I suppose after that unbelievably good
5.
long red he knocked in, he deserves this opening frame. But it's been touch and go all
7.
the way. Just the green needed. Just a quick glance at the scoreboard there.
10.
So there hasn't been many frames that have gone to the colours, but this was certainly one that could have gone either way, and still might.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 10.
Yeah, it's not quite over just yet. But where do the snookers come from, or the snooker that's needed? 25 the difference. Ronnie still looking at the scoreboard. The fact that black and blue are out of commission, it's going to be difficult to get that one snooker. Got to be so careful here. He wants to bring a colour into play, but he could double the brown onto the black, but he'd stick the brown up. Oops. If he had hit that black full ball, he could have fluked the snooker. So just this brown. And that is the end of frame. Sean will stay in his seat. The longest frame of the match so far. Sean does stay in his seat. It was a fascinating opening frame. And Ronnie O'Sullivan, well, I think he'll be delighted because he's opened a 3-frame advantage at 10-7.
And I wonder how significant that's going to be. We're here in the Winter Gardens, Steve and I, and it's a more patient Ronnie O'Sullivan that we're seeing in this championship, Steve, isn't it? More ready almost to accept his shortcomings when he is missing.
Yes, and I think from my perspective, it's more Ronnie's attitude that's important in his quest for this title, rather than how he plays or what goes on the table or how many 100 breaks he makes. And I think he's actually applying himself very well to the nitty-gritty of playing match play snooker.
You know, in some respects, in previous championships, he's always almost visibly beaten himself up when he's not on top form. Do you detect a difference in the way he's playing the game now?
Well, I think he's applying himself properly to the game, and Ronnie O'Sullivan, when he's saying the right things in the press conferences and when he's prepared to sort of accept that he misses a ball every now and again, I think it's a much more dangerous animal. And I think the problems have been more for Sean Murphy in this match, that possibly he's come up against a player in the second round that under normal circumstances he wouldn't have done, because Ronnie O'Sullivan's ranking is a little bit false, as he's not played in all the tournaments, so he's dropped down the ranking list.
Yeah,
Sean
10,
Murphy, yes. So Sean Murphy could consider himself aggrieved that he's playing somebody effectively as higher up the rankings than he actually is.
Okay, well, 3 frames in it now, and that's a really big frame to have won the first of the evening. Now, on the other side of the table, a significant other match in progress. This is Ding Junhui. I started 2 frames behind Stuart Bingham, the world number 20. But here he is on his way to taking the first of the evening. Ding Junhui has never made it to the quarter-finals here, and so much has been expected of this young man in China. So he's mounting something of a comeback, and we'll keep you posted on how that one develops. And